Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tri-County Accountability. Today we're here at the Switch Open sidewalk thing, open Main Street thing, where they close down Main Street between Forest and Parade, and they let vendors and whatnot come out and sell some things, and they have some organizations that come out and like advertise and whatnot, so it's kind of a community event. It can be a little bit loud here at times. There's some music that's played and a lot of people around. I'm going to switch my camera around because I saw somebody here who I'd like to speak with. So it's going to be hard to see, but let's see if I can get my camera to switch around. How do I do that? Alright guys, so I'll just like edit these together, these two little videos, because I couldn't figure it out because I'm an idiot. But the MLA of Yarmouth, Zach Churchill, is actually over here. So I'd just like to ask him a couple questions. Maybe we can talk to him about, the housing crisis here in Yarmouth and what he might be trying to influence, because I'm pretty sure he's not the housing minister, but that's not really the fact. The fact of the matter is that he's involved with the ministers in general, so he has pull and sway with those people, and our town's kind of in a bit of a crisis right now. So hopefully we can get a minute to speak with him and just ask him a couple candid questions about what's going on in the town when it comes to housing and other things like that. So obviously I don't want to interrupt any of his conversations or anything like that with these individuals, because I think that their conversations with him are important as well. But I definitely want to take my time to speak with him, because there's people in Nova Scotia and in Yarmouth that are living in tents and living in ridiculous housing situations, and it seems like this government has only exacerbated those issues over the years. And so it looks like he's being approached by this lovely lady. She's very nice. I see her a lot. So this would be Zach Churchill. He's the MLA of Yarmouth, or Yarmouth County. I'm not exactly how that works. I'd have to Google it right off the top of my head. I can't remember. But he's the Liberal elected official. And walk away. Mr. Churchill. Oh, see? We'll see. Maybe we can. Oh.
Join me dancing.
Oh, got a pole in the way.
And we're gonna hover here.
Maybe we'll try and get over to this sidewalk then. Get over here. That's the old Limbo Bar. Big checkers for the kids. Big JT smile. That's okay. Like I said, we're just gonna try and get his attention here. I'm sure he's aware that we're here. It seems like he might be trying to do some sort of avoidance tactic. Maybe we'll try and shake his hand. This guy is a local Nova Scotia resident, like Yarmouth resident. So maybe we'll try and shake his hand and see if that changes any sort of interaction that we might have with this guy. I've tried to speak with him in the past. He's usually not too bad at being approachable, but we'll see how he is today when he's on camera, and his comments actually have an audience. He's not just talking out of his there's a couple people here, I don't want to offend them, but talking out of there, I'm not trying to exploit them in any sort of way.
Okay, I'm just checking. I don't know you, and I saw you walking over and recording.
I understand. I understand your concern, and I have children as well. And like I said, I'm not trying to exploit them in any sort of way. So,
no, understandable.
And I'm just trying to ask him a couple questions.
Sure, I don't know who he is, and I don't know
that's
you,
Zach,
but I just saw you.
Yeah, that's Zach
info,
Churchill,
so.
and he's the MLA of Yarmouth.
Okay.
So that's why I'm recording him and trying to just get a slight interview with him, sir.
Sure, yeah, no.
And I'm sorry if I caused you any sort of concern or cause for concern. I appreciate you coming up and speaking with me. So, and like I said, I would never in any way try to exploit or try and intentionally film your children. It's just I'm trying to film him, and it just so happens.
I hear you. I'm just checking in. I don't know you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, sir. We got Sandra over here. I wonder if okay. That's a bit weird, Sandra. That's a bit weird. Did you send him to talk to?
I don't appreciate you filming my kids and my family when I'm not working.
You know I'm in public. I'm not trying. I didn't even realize you were here.
Okay, I'm leaving now.
Okay,
so I don't want you following my family. It's getting to be a little bit much. It's harassing. It's disrespectful.
No, it's not. I wasn't even here for you. I wasn't even here.
Fuck off. Bye-bye.
Sandra, fuck you piece of shit.
Keep going.
You sack of fucking shit.
All right, you can slow it down to 90.
So there we have another Sandra Wall experience. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Not even here for her. I saw Zach. What a crazy lady she is.
Especially the accent now, it's all different.
Zach, could I have a moment of your time? Of course. So I was at the Agitated Festival, and I tried to talk to the Right Honourable Mr. Trudeau, and I wanted to ask him. My statement was, can we buy more homes and less bombs? And I'd like to know your opinion on that statement today, because I've known in Nova Scotia that we have an exacerbated housing crisis, especially here in Yarmouth. And another comment that I'd like to dabble on is the fact that in a most recent town council meeting, the town council voted to allow more Airbnbs in the east side villages up on the Ellis Court, which I would say not only is against the laws that were created against Airbnbs, which would be provincial, where the owner needs to live in them for 6 months and then they can rent them out for a further 6 months. But I would say it also exacerbates our housing crisis in this local area. And where you're a local constituent, I would like to ask you, what are we going to do about this?
Well, housing is one of the biggest crises that we have right now. We've
Absolutely.
Got a homelessness population that has tripled over the last 3 years.
Exactly.
The stock of housing is a part of that, but also the fact that the Houston government's frozen income assistance for 3 years, cut back rent supplements at a time when housing costs have shot through the roof.
Okay.
These things, I think, also have created a more challenging financial situation for people that are already having a hard time.
Of course.
Paying for housing. So I think there's a number of things that we have to do. One is making sure there's financial support for people. We've advocated to increase their rent supplements back to where they were before Tim Houston cut them.
Okay.
We've also advocated, and successfully as of the last provincial budget, to index income assistance to inflation.
Okay.
Which helps on the financial side.
Okay.
On the housing side, they are totally dependent on market-based housing, but market-based housing right now is expensive to build, and therefore it's expensive for the person who's buying it or the renter. So I mean, even in the small apartment I live in Halifax, it's 400 square feet, 500 square feet. Those are going for $2,300.
Exactly. The cost of rentals are through the roof, right?
A month.
And I know through research of my own that the last time that the federal government did like provincial housing or federal housing in Nova Scotia was in the mid-90s, and that was when the last project was completed. So I'm wondering if there's any talks of federal funding to make provincial and federal funded homes for subsidized rent in Nova Scotia.
They are there. The feds have like taken the HST off new builds, and there's CMHC funding for affordable housing.
Okay.
We also now need the province to put some money in because only market housing isn't going to solve this because it's very expensive.
Of course.
We need to have affordable housing options. There's, really interesting projects going on, like in Amherst, where the town is subsidizing some affordable housing builds, both with prefab and stick-built homes that are going to be sold. They're little bungalows for $150,000 each, which is an incredible price now.
Especially in today's economy, that's something that is attainable and reasonable.
That's the model
and as a carpenter myself, I completely understand.
Oh, good man, you're doing that, okay.
Yes, I completely understand the cost of building and like what's involved in that, and it is a costly process. I think that cost can be brought down with innovation and technology. When we start looking into smaller modular homes, precast homes, when we get around the red tape of
so one of the things
building, right?
So one of the things that we've been advocating for is to look at, like you said, the red tape that prevents lower cost builds from happening.
Yeah.
Because they do differ from municipality to municipality.
Exactly, right.
So we should probably have some consistency there. And also, I mean, the province has to step up and fund, I think, the housing that we need outside of the market. So that is emergency housing for those dealing with homelessness, with wraparound services for those that have mental health and addiction issues. And they also have to fund transition houses, as well as deeply affordable units for people that need those. So,
and it needs to be sustainable to the population growth that we've seen, right? Like we've had an influx of foreigners that have come into the country as well as naturalized Canadians,
right? We've got a premier that's trying to double the population. I am pro-growth, I'm pro-immigration, but the premier can't double the population if we are out of housing.
Exactly, we can't outgrow our own progression, right?
That's exactly, so that's part of it. So we've hit a wall with that, with housing, but also healthcare, civic infrastructure. So that's another thing we have to look at is how we can grow sustainably, but you're also... the other issue is related to your field. We need more skilled tradespeople.
Exactly, and there's a giant gap in that. My graduating course was six individuals from Yarmouth, and there's about 5 trade schools throughout the school that do that. It's a 2-year course, and so if we take that average, that's only 30 new carpenters that were entering the field that were trained individuals in my field in the entire province.
We need to help ensure that our high school kids and kids know the value of skilled trades.
The value, right? It's the value.
And how lucrative those can be. And again, I went to university for 5 years.
And most of that is pushed in the education system is university, right? Is that we need to go and receive this type of diploma or whatnot.
But now we're reaping what we've sown on that front, right? So we have a gap on the skilled trade side. But I mean, if I was a young person coming up now and I'm looking at, okay, I could, do what I did and do a BA for 3 or 4 years, or get into a skilled trade program. And now there's some expedited courses you can get out of carpentry, like with a condensed course in 8 months. And then you're making money. I think that promoting that stuff's really important.
Yeah, and I think just in ending here, I think helping with student loans when it comes to trades would help a lot in our province, because I know for me, when I went to school, I incurred like $20,000 in student loans, and that's something that's really difficult for something that was deemed essential, especially in COVID. I worked through COVID, and I think that if we want to bring more people to the trades, I think bringing the cost down of entry into trades, because the cost of tools is already enough.
It's a good idea.
Thank you.
What's your name again, man? I know we've
Dryden.
met before.
Oh yeah, we've met. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Awesome.
Hope I gave you a good interview there.
You did very well. Take care. So right there, you guys, you saw the interview with Zach Churchill, and you also saw Sandra Wall coming out of the woodwork to do her bidding. So that's going to be it. I'm going to find my family now, and you guys will see this one later on. So this was the Yarmouth Switch here, and it's August 25th. here in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.